Hello, guys.
Hey.
My question is really about plot holes. When we first meet the scavengers, James, Flywheels ends up
Sorry,
being...
how have you prefixed this question? Plot holes, is that?
No, but Flywheels is the religious nut at the end, but it was Misfire, pages before. And, with all this continuity with especially Transformers, how do you guys, remember everything and, if there's, something is oh, I gotta fix that, how do you, rein the things back in? I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't, fair point. It doesn't always get fixed.
Yeah.
And it's not always you that notices it. That's the worst one. So thanks for pointing that out. No, I think actually in that particular instance,
It wasn't the religion thing, it was
finding the Necrobot,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And I think it was either, the fault was either in, let's say the fault was in the script, but I think either maybe just the wrong character, the dialogue was attributed to the wrong character, and Alex drew what was in the script, and we had to try and, when you're that far into the process, there's only so many things you can do, so perhaps you can try and attack it retroactively in future issues. But more generally, if you're dealing with a complex universe with lots of characters, then it's easier if you are ploughing your own furrow. And in my case, there was my title had a set number of characters, and I knew what I was doing. If you've got a more sprawling series, lots of different writers coming in, then I guess you're reliant on a series Bible or the equivalent, to sort of keep track of all the new ideas that are being created. And with that in mind, Flint, what was your experience with the animated series in the 80s? Was there? Because there was a series Bible.
Oh, no, we had a Bible this thick that's been published. I can't remember what the books are called, but you can buy them. I mean, it's really a reproduction of our Bible. And what you would have is the Bible would be a drawing of the character, then there would be the animation version, which is a much more simplistic version. Then you'd have a diagram of the reality of the toy. Then you would have a brief description of the character if they had it. Sometimes we had to write that or just create it. And then we'd put in our dialogue. We would write dialogue auditions for each of the characters, which really set the attitude of the character. And you have that for 125 characters, and that's a thick book, right? And I'd avoid looking at it whenever possible. I mostly just had a silhouette board of all the characters so I could see, I said this last night, relative sizes. But you'd remember the characters because we'd audition them all and you pretty quickly, and you'd try to keep them really simple in the beginning. And obviously when they're major characters, what I knew about, any major character was more than I could ever write down in a Bible, you just know that stuff, and you have different story editors, and they'd have different things they were interested in, and that was our job as story editors, was to keep it all one series. So it was my job to know that, Osterizer, had this set of adventures, and sometimes we'd blow it, sometimes we wouldn't be on the same page. And at the end of the day, it just kind of doesn't matter. I don't really believe in locked, fixed continuity and there was an old idea with Bibles that it all had to fit together, because fiction, in the old days, used to have to be more real than reality, right? I'm not sure that's true anymore. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you want gaping plot holes and you want big mistakes and all that in there, but also I don't think anything's ever done anymore. I mean, I was half joking about it, but we go back and remaster, 5 Phases of Darkness and fix all the holes and put in the scenes that weren't there and buff the animation and put in new Stan Bush soundtracks and material, and it doesn't, the old version still exists. It's like, record albums that get remastered, or movies when you see the director's cut, everything's fluid and loose now. So you're better off just getting it out there, and if you got the plot holes, just figure out a way to fill them up and write a different story, write a fanfic or a real story or whatever you want to fill the plot hole. You know what I mean?
Thank you.